Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I can't talk, sorry. So in today's video, I'm gonna kind of piggyback off my last video, which I'll put up there in a second. But my last video on why I decided to get the gastric sleeve, I'm gonna go off and go into the requirements I had to go through to get the gastric sleeve and kind of how each one of those went for me. I'm going to separate it into two groups for you. So what my insurance required and what my doctor required. Just going to kind of tell how everything was for me and how my experience was in all of those. As you can see, we're in a new little setting. Got change around my room a little bit. So we're in a new place in my room and I kind of feel like I like this better. Let me know down in the comments. So I guess I'll start with the insurance requirements. So with my insurance, they require 3 things from me for them to approve my surgery. Just gonna say this, everyone's insurance is different and everyone's doctor is different. I'm just telling my experience. Some of these things are kind of the same, I would say, from people I talk to. And I'll just kind of emphasize that just in each one of these. So with my nutritional visits, I had to do nutritional visits because my insurance required at least 6 visits or proof that I was trying to lose weight over the last 6 months, basically. So basically, I had to go to nutritional visits because I had no proof of that from a doctor or anyone. Another thing my insurance required that I kind of left out of my notes is that they had to get a letter from a doctor I'd seen in the past within the last year to say that I was overweight or whatever the case may be. But you just give them that doctor's information and they can get that. The surgeons, nurses, or people in the office got that information for me and they took care of it with my insurance. So with the nutritional visits, I had to do at least 6 appointments. Each of those appointments had to be 30 days apart. So it came out to 6 months of nutritional visits that I had to do. With that, when I first went into my doctor's appointment with the surgeon, was in the middle of March. I got into my first nutritional visit at the end of March. They scheduled my surgery about 7 months away from that first initial date that I got that booked. So my surgery was scheduled for September. Which can always change because you're waiting for insurance at the end of the day. My last nutritional visit was August, and the insurance has about 30 days to approve or deny. So that was just kind of hectic once we got down to the end of it. But otherwise than that, it was pretty good. I personally enjoyed my nutritional visits, just mainly because the first visit was very eye-opening. Sorry, I had a notification. Very eye-opening, very exciting to experience all these new stuff, to be with. Because after my first visit, I was with another person. I call them group sessions. I was with another person and see her journey and for her to see mine. And then for us, I think her surgery was scheduled for October. So she was right behind me, and just for us to be able to go through that 6 months together. Sorry if I keep looking down at my notes. One of the bad things for me with nutritional visits was, I don't know, it was probably just me, but the feeling like the dietitian that was in there with us, because I wasn't losing as much weight as the other girl in there, or just not maybe doing as well, or maybe I gained weight coming back for the next appointment. I kind of felt bad, and I kind of felt like she was making me feel bad or judging me, and that may have not been the case. It may have just been me. I will say we were living 2 different lifestyles. She worked a normal 9 to 5 job and could go home and cook dinner every night and could have her breakfast and had a set schedule, where I'm in college. I work a job that my schedule changes weekly, so it's just hard for me to meal prep as well, because I don't like heating up chicken or certain foods, and then I would still be hungry, which is pre-surgery in that lifestyle. So just changing all of that. Then the second thing the insurance required was a psychiatric evaluation. So going into that, because I would always hear a lot, you go in, you sign a few papers, fill out a few papers, they sit and talk with you for a second, and you're done. That was not my experience. So when I first went into my session, I cried like crazy. We talked, about a lot of personal stuff, and just, for me, it wasn't really about my weight. For the first 2 visits, I would say that we did talk about it and how I could change my eating habits and stuff like that, but we did talk about a lot of other stuff. So it was more of a therapy session for me. I ended up doing 3 sessions, and then she cleared me. So just going into this, anyone having to do this, just be reminded that the therapist may decide that they want to keep you for more than 1 session. I would say do it. It's better in the long run. You get to deal with all this stuff before you go into having the surgery. Also, I do recommend having a good support system before going into this, even just one person, because it is, especially like in the hospital, for me, I never had been under any anesthesia, nothing like that. So definitely having someone there with me was just really good and helped with everything. So the nutritional visits and the psychiatric evaluation, I do believe that my doctor honestly required those as well. He recommended me to doctors to get this done, and a lot of his patients go to them. So I'm pretty sure he would have had me do it even if my insurance did not require it. And then one thing that was just solely that my insurance required, just my insurance, was a nurse, to have a nurse. So basically what I had was, through my insurance, I signed up for a bariatric program. Through the bariatric program, they assigned me a nurse. I had about 3 phone calls with this nurse. So one at the beginning of this process to go over everything, all the requirements that the insurance had for me and what she expected of me. Then the second phone call was right before my surgery, just making sure that I was getting everything together, everything was where it needed to be. And then the last one was after my surgery, just checking on me, making sure I was okay. Honestly, I really appreciated it because I could talk to someone other than my doctor who knew what she was talking about, had deals with this, works in this field. You get to talk to them, and it's just another support system. Now, all insurances may not have you do it, but if they do it, it is a really great program. You're not paying any extra for it, so it just was a requirement through my insurance. So the second thing I'm going to talk about is my doctor's requirements. Hopefully I'm not leaving anything out, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. So the first thing is a blood work. So you do blood work. I did blood work at my first visit, and then at my last visit before my surgery. When they, I went blank, sorry. With the first visit, took my blood work because they want to see where your nutrition levels are at, because after surgery, you're not able to eat as much, which means you're not able to get as much nutrition from the food you're eating. So you do take vitamins after, but they want to see where you are. I was low in iron and in vitamin D, so I started taking those supplements to get that up for me. And then you do another blood sample before your surgery so they can make sure that everything is okay for you. Second thing is going to be a sleep study, so they want to make sure you don't have any sleep related issues, diseases, whatever you call them. I hate sleep studies. Did find out I had sleep apnea. So with the sleep study, first time you go in, I went to a facility. I didn't do it at home. So you get pajamas, you spend the night there, you get there, they have you fill out paperwork. They hook you up to all these machines and stuff, and it's very uncomfortable. You go to sleep. Extremely uncomfortable. I know, like, the first time I went, I was up like every hour, going to the restroom, couldn't really sleep. It was just really uncomfortable. Found out I had sleep apnea, so then you have to go back again and get tested for a CPAP machine. That I slept much better that night. probably due to the machine as well. Felt more comfortable, went in about the same thing. Yeah, they're not my favorite, but it is something that had to be done. Don't be afraid. If you would like me to go in more detail about a sleep study, please comment below. Then the third thing is that you do have to go get your heart checked. So I went and did that. Doctor was really nice. They take off your shirt, top part of your body, those clothes. They check your heart. It was really cool seeing like my heartbeat and stuff like that on the screen. And then I went in. I had to go 2 different times because the doctor's out of town. So the first time I went in, did all the testing, and then I went back for him to give me my results. Everything was great with that. And then the last thing, if I'm not forgetting anything, is the upper EGD. Pretty sure that's how you say it. If I'm wrong, please correct me. So basically, they kind of put you to sleep. They stick a tube down your throat to look at your esophagus and your stomach. Make sure that you don't have any bacteria or anything like that. They do take a biopsy, is that how you say it? Could be wrong. But so yeah, they do a biopsy. They test it, make sure, okay, once that's done, you go home. For that, I just needed a day off. I was fine. It didn't take that long. I didn't feel anything. You're not like in a deep sleep. It's quick, fast, and then you just get to go straight home. It was a small, simple facility. But yeah, so those were just some of the things, well, all the things that I had to do to get cleared for surgery. I did this I took advantage of the 6-month period because, again, these things do cost money. So you don't want to do them all at once. You kind of want to spread them out. So for those of you who have to do 6 months of nutritional visits, I say kind of spread it out during the 6 months, but go ahead and make your appointments at the beginning of this time when you first start, so that way, like me, you're not trying to rush to get things taken care of or get filled in with spot and doctor's appointments that are available, that you already have these appointments booked. But thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to do a Q&A, so please comment any questions that you may have, and I will answer. Bye.